If you watch this video until the end, you will definitely pass your theory test on the first attempt. This is the easiest official DVSA styled questions video out there. Today, we will go through 100 essential mock test questions, with the last 5 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So, stick around until the end. Now, let's get started. Question 1. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Electrified overhead cable. This sign tells you about an electrified overhead cable and the safe height beneath it, usually associated with an overhead electrified railway or tramway. On the approach to a junction, the plate may include an arrow to indicate the direction of the level crossing. Question 2. What will happen if you follow this vehicle too closely? Answer is B. Your view ahead will be reduced. Staying back will increase your view of the road ahead. This will help you to see any hazards that might occur and give you more time to react. Question 3. What should the driver of the grey car be especially aware of? Answer is D. Doors opening on parked cars. When passing parked cars, there's a risk that a driver or passenger may not check before opening the door into the road. A defensive driver will drive slowly and be looking for people who may be about to get out of their car. Question 4. What's the main hazard the driver of the red car, arrowed, should be aware of? Answer is A. The bus may move out into the road. If you can do so safely, give way to buses signaling to move off at bus stops. Try to anticipate the actions of other road users around you. The driver of the red car should be prepared for the bus pulling out. As you approach a bus stop, look to see how many passengers are waiting to board. If the last one has just got on, the bus is likely to move off. Question 5. What does the solid white line at the side of the road indicate? Answer is A. Edge of the carriageway. The continuous white line shows the edge of the carriageway. It can be especially useful when visibility is restricted, such as at night or in bad weather. It's discontinued in some places. For example, at junctions, laybys, entrances, or other openings. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 6. There are objects hanging from your interior mirror. Why could this be a hazard? Answer is A. Your view could be obstructed. Ensure that you can see clearly through the windscreen of your vehicle. Stickers or hanging objects could obstruct your view or draw your attention away from the road. Question 7. You're traveling along this road. How should you pass the cyclist? Answer is D. Leave them plenty of room as you pass. Allow the cyclist plenty of room in case they wobble or swerve around a pothole or raised drain. Look well ahead before you start to overtake, because you'll need to cross the hazard line. Look for entrances where vehicles could be waiting to pull out. Question 8. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? Answer is A. 4 seconds. Water will reduce your tire's grip on the road. The safe separation gap of at least 2 seconds in dry conditions should be doubled to at least 4 seconds in wet weather. Question 9. When will your vehicle use more fuel? Answer is B. When its tires are underinflated. Check your tire pressures frequently, normally once a week. If they're lower than those recommended by the manufacturer, there will be more rolling resistance. The engine will have to work harder to overcome this, leading to increased fuel consumption. Question 10. What should you do if your vehicle pulls to one side when you use the brakes? Answer is D. Have the brakes checked as soon as possible. The brakes on your vehicle must be effective and properly adjusted. If your vehicle pulls to one side when braking, take it to be checked by a qualified mechanic as soon as you can. Question 11. How will a roof rack affect your car? Answer is B. Fuel consumption will increase. A roof rack increases your car's wind resistance. This will cause an increase in fuel consumption, so you should remove it when it isn't being used. An aerodynamically designed roof rack or box will help reduce wind resistance to a minimum, but the rack or box should still be removed when it isn't in use. Question 12. Which driving technique can help you save fuel? Answer is B. Missing out some gears. Missing out intermediate gears, when appropriate, helps to reduce the amount of time spent accelerating and decelerating, the times when your vehicle uses the most fuel. Question 13. You're about to start a journey in freezing weather. What part of your vehicle should you clear of ice and snow? Answer is B. The windows. Driving in bad weather increases your risk of having a collision. If you absolutely have to travel, clear your lights, mirrors, number plates and windows of any snow or ice, so that you can see and be seen. Question 14. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective? Answer is C. Loose. Poor contact with the road surface could cause one or more of the tires to lose grip on the road. This is more likely to happen when braking in poor weather conditions and when the road has a loose, slippery, or uneven surface. Question 15. What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? Answer is D. There's less tire noise. Drive extremely carefully when the roads are icy. When traveling on ice, tires make virtually no noise and the steering feels light and unresponsive. In icy conditions, be very gentle when braking, accelerating, and steering. Question 16. You're approaching a crossroads. What should you do if the traffic lights have failed? Answer is D. Be prepared to stop for any traffic. When approaching a junction where the traffic lights have failed, you should proceed with caution. Treat the situation as an unmarked junction and be prepared to stop. Question 17. Why are vehicle mirrors often slightly curved, convex? Answer is B. They give a wider field of vision. Although a convex mirror gives a wide view of the scene behind, you should be aware that it won't show you everything behind or to the side of your vehicle. Before you move off, you'll need to look over your shoulder to check for anything not visible in the mirrors. Question 18. Why should you slow down as you approach this hazard? Answer is D. Because of the level crossing. You should be slowing down and selecting the correct gear in case you have to stop at the level crossing. Look for the signals and be prepared to stop if necessary. Question 19. What should you do if you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving? Answer is A. Stop and rest as soon as possible. You'll be putting other road users at risk if you continue to drive when you're drowsy. Pull over and stop in a safe place for a rest. If you're driving a long distance, think about finding some accommodation so you can rest for longer before continuing your journey. Question 20. You see a pedestrian carrying a white stick that also has a red band. What does this mean? Answer is A. They're deaf and blind. When someone is deaf as well as blind, they may carry a white stick with a red reflective band or bands. They may not be aware that you're approaching and they may not be able to hear anything. So, for example, your horn would be ineffective as a warning to them. Question 21. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. With flow cycle lane. Usually, a picture of a cycle will also be painted on the road, and sometimes the lane will have a different colored surface. Leave these areas clear for cyclists and don't pass too closely when you overtake. Question 22. You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would give to a car? Answer is C. The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. Before overtaking, assess the situation. Look well ahead to see whether the cyclist will need to change direction. Be especially aware of a cyclist approaching parked vehicles, as they'll need to alter course. Don't pass too closely or cut in sharply, as this could unsettle the rider. Question 23. You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? Answer is D. Wait and give way to the pedestrians. You should give way to pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross the road into which or from which you're turning. Be patient if they're cautious and take their time checking that it's safe before they step into the road. Question 24. Why should you allow extra room while overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? Answer is A. The rider may be blown in front of you. If you're driving in high winds, be aware that the conditions might make a motorcyclist or cyclist swerve or wobble. Take this into consideration if you're following or wish to overtake a two-wheeled vehicle. Question 25. You're towing a caravan. Which is the safest type of rearview mirror to use? Answer is C. Extended arm side mirrors. Towing a large trailer or caravan can greatly reduce your view of the road behind. You may need to fit extended arm side mirrors so that you can see clearly behind and down both sides of the caravan or trailer. Question 26. How can you use your vehicle's engine to control your speed? Answer is A. By changing to a lower gear. You should brake and slow down before selecting a lower gear. The gear can then be used to keep the speed low and help you control the vehicle. This is particularly helpful on long downhill stretches, where brake fade can occur if the brakes overheat. Question 27. When must you use dipped headlights during the day? Answer is B. When you're driving in poor visibility. You must use dipped headlights when daytime visibility is seriously reduced, generally to 100 meters, 328 feet, or less. You may also use front or rear fog lights, but they must be switched off when visibility improves. Question 28. You're on a 3-lane motorway. Which lane are you in if there are red reflective studs on your left and white ones to your right? Answer is B. In the left-hand lane. The colors of the reflective studs on the motorway and their locations are red, between the hard shoulder and the carriageway are white, between lanes are amber, between the carriageway and the central reservation are green, along slip road exits and entrances are bright green-yellow, at roadworks and contraflow systems. Question 29. When would you use the right-hand lane on a 3-lane motorway? Answer is C. When you're overtaking. The right-hand lane of the motorway is for overtaking. Sometimes you may be directed into a right-hand lane as a result of roadworks or a traffic incident. This will be indicated by signs or officers directing the traffic. Question 30. What should you do when there's an obstruction on your side of the road? Answer is C. Give way to oncoming traffic. Take care if you have to pass an obstruction, such as a parked vehicle, on your side of the road. Give way to oncoming traffic if there isn't enough room for you both to continue safely. Question 31. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Lane for heavy and slow vehicles. Where there's a long, steep, uphill gradient on a motorway, a crawler lane may be provided. This helps the traffic to flow by diverting the slower heavy vehicles into a dedicated lane on the left. Question 32. What does a red traffic light mean? Answer is A. You must stop and wait behind the stop line. Whatever light is showing, you should know which light is going to appear next and be able to take appropriate action. For example, when amber is showing on its own, you'll know that red will appear next. This should give you ample time to anticipate and respond safely. Question 33. When may you cross a double solid white line in the middle of the road? Answer is D. To pass a road maintenance vehicle traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. You may cross the solid white line to pass a stationary vehicle or to pass a pedal cycle, horse, or road maintenance vehicle if it's traveling at 10 miles per hour or less. You may also cross the solid white line to enter a side road or access a property. Question 34. What does this arm signal mean? Answer is B. The driver intends to turn left. There might be an occasion where another driver uses an arm signal. This may be because the vehicle's indicators are obscured by other traffic. In order for such signals to be effective, all drivers should know their meaning. Be aware that the left turn signal might look similar to the slowing down signal. Question 35. What does this motorway sign mean? Answer is A. Temporary maximum speed 50 miles per hour. Look out for signs above your lane or on the central reservation. These will give you important information or warnings about the road ahead. To allow for the high speed of motorway traffic, these signs may light up some distance from any hazard. Don't ignore the signs just because the road looks clear to you. Question 36. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Trams crossing ahead. This sign tells you to beware of trams. If you don't usually drive in a town where there are trams, remember to look out for them at junctions and look for tram rails, signs and signals. Question 37. What does this sign indicate? Answer is B. A diversion route. When a diversion route has been put in place, drivers are advised to follow a symbol, which may be a black triangle, square, circle, or diamond shape on a yellow background. Question 38. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Direction to park and ride car park. To ease the congestion in town centers, some cities and towns provide park and ride schemes. These allow you to park in a designated area and ride by bus into the center. Park and ride schemes are usually cheaper and easier than car parking in the town center. Question 39. What does the white line along the side of the road indicate? Answer is B. The edge of the carriageway. A continuous white line is used on many roads to indicate the edge of the carriageway. This can be useful when visibility is restricted. The line is discontinued at junctions, laybys, and entrances to or exits from private drives. Question 40. What must you have when you apply to renew your vehicle tax? Answer is C. Valid insurance. You can renew your vehicle tax online, at post offices and by phone using the DVSA vehicle tax service. When applying, make sure you have all the relevant valid documents, including a valid MOT test certificate where applicable. Question 41. What's a statutory off-road notification, SORN? Answer is B. A notification to tell DVLA that a vehicle isn't being used on the road. If you want to keep a vehicle untaxed and off the public road, you must make a SORN. It's an offense not to do so. Your SORN is valid until your vehicle is taxed, sold, or scrapped. Question 42. What do you need before you can legally use a motor vehicle on the road? Answer is A. An appropriate driving license. Using a motor vehicle on the road illegally carries a heavy fine and can lead to penalty points on your driving license. You must hold a valid driving license for the class of vehicle you're using and be insured to drive the vehicle. If required, the vehicle must have a current MOT test certificate and be taxed for use on the road. Question 43. What legal requirement must be met by a newly qualified driver? Answer is D. They must have valid motor insurance. It's your responsibility to make sure you're properly insured for the vehicle you're driving. This is the case regardless of whether you're a newly qualified driver or one with more experience. Question 44. When must you contact the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, DVLA? Answer is C. When you change your vehicle. DVLA needs to keep its records up to date. It sends out a reminder when a vehicle's tax is due for renewal. To do this, it needs to know the name and address of the registered keeper. Every vehicle in the country is registered, so it's possible to trace its history. Question 45. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. No other vehicle is involved. The rider is unconscious and lying in the middle of the road. What's the first thing you should do at the scene? Answer is A. Warn other traffic. The motorcyclist is in an extremely vulnerable position, exposed to further danger from traffic. Approaching vehicles need advance warning in order to slow down and safely take avoiding action or stop. Don't put yourself or anyone else at risk. Use the hazard warning lights on your vehicle to alert other road users to the danger. Question 46. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Traffic signals ahead. This sign indicates traffic signals ahead. Question 47. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. End of temporary restrictions. This sign indicates an end of temporary restrictions. Question 48. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Roundabout. This sign indicates a roundabout. Question 49. What does this sign show? Answer is D. Temporary maximum speed. This sign shows the temporary maximum speed, advised for prevailing traffic conditions. Question 50. You are coming up to a junction and see the following sign. What does it mean? Answer is B. It's a T-junction. This is a warning sign and it tells you that you are at a T-junction. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Watch this 20 seconds video clip with focus. Question 1. Why is there a warning reduce speed now? Answer is C. There's a crossroads and a double bend ahead. You'll see a sign warning you to slow down when you're approaching a part of the road where you need to be especially careful. For example, as you approach a roundabout, a crossroads, or a bend. If you're traveling on a major road and coming up to a junction with a minor road, you should slow down, even if you don't want to turn. This is because another driver at the junction may not be able to see clearly and they could pull out in front of you. Check your speed as you approach a junction or a bend and be prepared to slow down or stop. Question 2. Why has the line in the center of the road changed? Answer is C. To warn of hazards ahead. White lines painted on the road give you information about where you may drive and when. The broken white line marks the boundary between lanes on your side of the dual carriageway. But when the lines start to lengthen, with shorter gaps, this warns you of a hazard coming up, like a sharp bend. Watch out for changes in the road markings so you can prepare for the hazard ahead. Question 3. The driver towing the caravan wants to turn right onto the dual carriageway. What should they do? Answer is A. Wait until the road is clear in both directions before turning. Before turning right onto a dual carriageway, you must assess whether the central reservation is deep enough to contain your vehicle. If so, you can cross into the central reservation when it's clear, and wait there until it's safe to join the carriageway. If you're towing a trailer or a caravan, the combined length of your vehicles will probably be too long to sit safely in the central reservation. So, you must wait until it's clear in both directions before joining the dual carriageway. Question 4. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. The national speed limit applies. The national speed limit for the type of road and class of traffic applies. Question 5. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Buses and pedal cycles only. This sign shows that this route is for buses and pedal cycles only. Cycles not admitted when cycle symbol not shown. Taxis admitted when taxi shown in upper sign. Question 6. Which color follows the green signal at a puffin crossing? Answer is A. Steady amber. Puffin crossings have infrared sensors that detect when pedestrians are crossing and hold the red traffic signal until the crossing is clear. The use of a sensor means there's no flashing amber phase as there is with a pelican crossing. Question 7. You're driving at night on an unlit road. What should you do if you're following another vehicle? Answer is B. Use dipped headlights. If you follow another vehicle with your headlights on full beam, they could dazzle the driver. Leave a safe distance and make sure that the light from your dipped beam falls short of the vehicle in front. Question 8. What should you do if your anti-lock brakes, ABS, warning light stays on? Answer is D. Have the brakes checked immediately. Consult the vehicle handbook or a garage before driving the vehicle any further. Only drive to a garage if it's safe to do so. If you aren't sure, get expert help. Question 9. Why do MOT tests include an exhaust emission test? Answer is D. To help protect the environment against pollution. Emission tests are carried out to make sure your vehicle's engine is operating efficiently. This ensures the pollution produced by the engine is kept to a minimum. If your vehicle isn't serviced regularly, it may fail the MOT emissions test. Question 10. What can you achieve if you drive smoothly? Answer is D. Reduction in fuel consumption by about 15%. By driving smoothly, you'll not only save about 15% of your fuel but will also reduce the amount of wear and tear on your vehicle and the level of pollution it produces. You're also likely to feel more relaxed and have a more pleasant journey. Question 11. What should you do when you leave your car unattended for a few minutes? Answer is C. Lock it and remove the key. Always switch off the engine, remove the key and lock your car, even if you're only leaving it for a few minutes. Question 12. What's the legal minimum tread depth for tires on your trailer or caravan? Answer is C. 1.6 millimeters. Trailers and caravans may be left in storage over the winter months, and tires can deteriorate. It's important to check their tread depth and also their pressures and general condition. The legal tread depth of 1.6 mm applies to the central 3/4 of a tire's breadth, over its entire circumference. Question 13. You're about to go down a steep hill. What should you do to control the speed of your vehicle? Answer is B. Select a low gear and use the brakes carefully. When driving down a steep hill, gravity will cause your vehicle to speed up. This will make it more difficult for you to stop. To help keep your vehicle's speed under control, select a lower gear to give you more engine braking and make careful use of the brakes. Question 14. What should you do before starting a journey in foggy weather? Answer is D. Allow more time. Don't venture out if your journey isn't necessary. If you have to travel and someone is expecting you at the other end, let them know that you'll be taking longer than usual for your journey. This will stop them worrying if you don't turn up on time and will also take the pressure off you, so you don't feel you have to rush. Question 15. What must you do if your eyesight has become very poor and you're no longer able to meet the driver's eyesight requirements? Answer is A. Tell the driver licensing authority. Having very poor eyesight will seriously affect your ability to drive safely. If you can't meet the driver's eyesight requirements, you must tell DVLA or DVA in Northern Ireland. Question 16. What's the safest thing to do if you have to leave valuables in your car? Answer is C. Lock them out of sight. If you have to leave valuables in your car, lock them out of sight. This is the best way to deter an opportunist thief. Question 17. What's the most important reason for having a properly adjusted head restraint? Answer is C. To help you avoid neck injury. In a collision, rapid deceleration will violently throw vehicle occupants forward and then backwards as the vehicle stops. Seat belts and airbags protect occupants against the forward movement. Head restraints should be adjusted so they give maximum protection to the head and neck during the backward movement. Question 18. Why should you keep well to the left as you approach a right-hand bend? Answer is D. To improve your view of the road. Keeping to the left as you approach right-hand bends will give you an earlier view around the bend and enable you to see any hazards sooner. It also reduces the risk of collision with any oncoming vehicle that may have drifted over the center line while taking the bend. Question 19. You're traveling on the motorway. How can you lower the risk of a collision when the vehicle behind is following too closely? Answer is D. Increase your distance from the vehicle in front. On busy roads, traffic may still travel at high speeds. Don't follow the vehicle in front too closely. If a driver behind seems to be pushing you, gradually increase your distance from the vehicle in front by slowing down gently. This will give you more space in front if you have to brake, and will reduce the risk of a collision involving several vehicles. Question 20. How can you use your vehicle's engine as a brake? Answer is B. By changing to a lower gear. When driving on downhill stretches of road, selecting a lower gear gives increased engine braking. This will prevent excessive use of the brakes, which become less effective if they overheat. Question 21. What's the main hazard shown in this picture? Answer is C. The cyclist crossing the road. Look at the picture carefully and try to imagine you're there. The cyclist in this picture appears to be trying to cross the road. You must be able to deal with the unexpected, especially when you're approaching a hazardous junction. Look well ahead to give yourself time to deal with any hazards. Question 22. What should the driver of the car approaching the crossing do? Answer is B. Slow down and get ready to stop. Look well ahead to see whether any hazards are developing. This will give you more time to deal with them in the correct way. The man in the picture is clearly intending to cross the road. You should be traveling at a speed that allows you to check your mirror, slow down and stop in good time. You shouldn't have to brake harshly. Question 23. What should you do as you approach this cyclist? Answer is B. Slow down and allow the cyclist to turn. Keep well back and give the cyclist time and room to turn safely. Don't intimidate them by getting too close or trying to squeeze past. Question 24. You're driving on a one-way street. What should you do if you realize you've taken the wrong route? Answer is C. Continue and find another route. Never reverse or turn your vehicle around in a one-way street. It's illegal and could even cause a collision. If you've taken a wrong turn, carry on along the one-way street and find another route, checking the direction signs as you drive. Stop in a safe place if you need to check a map. Question 25. What should you do if the traffic in the left-hand lane is slowing? Answer is D. Slow down, keeping a safe separation distance. Allow the traffic to merge into the left-hand lane. Leave enough room so that you can maintain a safe separation distance, even if vehicles pull in ahead of you. Question 26. You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? Answer is C. Match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. You should give way to traffic already on the motorway. Where possible, traffic may move over to let you in, but don't force your way into the traffic stream. Traffic could be traveling at high speed, so try to match your speed to filter in without affecting the traffic flow. Question 27. Where are amber reflective studs found on a motorway? Answer is C. Between the central reservation and the carriageway. On motorways, reflective studs of various colors are fixed in the road between the lanes. These help you to identify which lane you're in when it's dark or in poor visibility. Amber-colored studs are found on the right-hand edge of the main carriageway, next to the central reservation. Question 28. How should you use the lanes on a motorway? Answer is B. Keep to the left hand unless you're overtaking. You should normally travel in the left-hand lane unless you're overtaking a slower-moving vehicle. When you've finished overtaking, move back into the left-hand lane, but don't cut across in front of the vehicle that you've overtaken. Question 29. What restrictions apply to people who have a provisional driving license? Answer is C. They can't drive unaccompanied. You won't be able to drive unaccompanied until you've passed your practical driving test. If you haven't driven on the motorway while you were learning, ask your instructor to take you for a lesson on the motorway when you've passed your test. Alternatively, you could take part in the Pass Plus scheme. This has been created for new drivers and includes motorway driving. Ask your instructor for details. Question 30. Which vehicle is most likely to take an unusual course at a roundabout? Answer is D. Long vehicle. Long vehicles might have to take a slightly different position when approaching the roundabout or going around it. This is to stop the rear of the vehicle cutting in and mounting the curb. Question 31. You're in a built-up area at night and the road is well lit. Why should you use dipped headlights? Answer is A. So that you can be easily seen by others. You may be difficult to see when you're traveling at night, even on a well-lit road. If you use dipped headlights rather than side lights, other road users should be able to see you more easily. Question 32. When must you stop your vehicle? Answer is D. If you're involved in an incident that causes damage or injury. You must stop your vehicle when signaled to do so by a police, DVSA, or traffic officer, a traffic warden, a school crossing patrol, a red traffic light. You must also stop if you're involved in an incident that causes damage or injury to any other person, vehicle, animal, or property. Question 33. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. No entry. No entry signs are used in places such as one-way streets to prevent vehicles driving against the traffic. To ignore one would be dangerous, both for yourself and for other road users, as well as being against the law. Question 34. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. Route for trams only. Avoid blocking tram routes. Trams are fixed on their route and can't maneuver around other vehicles or pedestrians. Modern trams travel quickly and are quiet, so you might not hear them approaching. Question 35. What's the purpose of triangular-shaped signs? Answer is A. To give warnings. Triangular signs warn you of hazards ahead. Make sure you look at each sign that you pass on the road, so that you don't miss any vital instructions or information. Question 36. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Roundabout. As you approach a roundabout, look well ahead and check all signs. Decide which exit you wish to take and move into the correct position as you approach the roundabout, signaling as required. Question 37. You're about to overtake. What should you do when you see this sign? Answer is B. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. You won't be able to see any hazards that might be hidden in the dip. As well as oncoming traffic, the dip may conceal a cyclists, a horse riders, a parked vehicles, a pedestrians in the road. Question 38. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. No through road. You won't be able to find a through route to another road. Use this road only for access. Question 39. Where would you find these road markings? Answer is D. At a mini roundabout. These markings show the direction in which the traffic should go at a mini roundabout. Question 40. Which shape is used for a give way sign? Answer is B. Other warning signs are the same shape and color, but the give way triangle points downwards. When you see this sign, You must give way to traffic on the road that you're about to enter. Question 41. What does this road marking mean? Answer is D. You're approaching a hazard. A single broken line along the center of the road, with long markings and short gaps, is a hazard warning line. Don't cross it unless you can see that the road is clear well ahead. Question 42. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Right-hand lane closed ahead. You should change lanes as directed by the sign. Here, the right-hand lane is closed, but the left-hand and center lanes are available. Merging in turn is recommended when it's safe and traffic is going slowly. For example, at roadworks or a road traffic incident. When vehicles are traveling at speed, this isn't advisable and you should move into the appropriate lane in good time. Question 43. What does 25 foot mean on this motorway sign? Answer is D. The number of the next junction. Before you set out on your journey, use a road map to plan your route. When you see an advance warning of your junction, make sure you get into the correct lane in plenty of time. Last-minute harsh braking and cutting across lanes at speed is extremely hazardous. Question 44. Which signal tells you that the car you're following is going to pull up? Answer is C. There may be occasions when drivers need to give an arm signal to confirm their intentions. This could include in bright sunshine, at a complex road layout, when stopping at a pedestrian crossing, or when turning right just after passing a parked vehicle. You should understand what each arm signal means. If you give arm signals, make them clear, correct, and decisive. Question 45. How should you give an arm signal to turn left? Answer is C. There may be occasions when other road users are unable to see your indicator, such as in bright sunlight or at a busy, complicated junction. In these cases, an arm signal will help others to understand your intentions. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 46. You arrive at the scene of a crash where someone is bleeding heavily from a wound in their arm. Nothing is embedded in the wound. What could you do to help? Answer is A. Apply pressure over the wound. If possible, lay the casualty down. Protect yourself from exposure to blood and, when you're sure there's nothing in the wound, apply firm pressure using clean material. Question 47. You're planning to tow a caravan. What will help the handling of the combination? Answer is B. A stabilizer fitted to the tow bar. Towing a caravan or trailer affects the way the towing vehicle handles. A stabilizer device isn't designed to overcome instability caused by incorrect loading, but it can give added security in side winds and from buffeting caused by large vehicles. Question 48. How should you load your trailer? Answer is B. Put heavy items over the axles. When loading your trailer, you should spread the weight evenly with heavy items over the axles. This should reduce the risk of it swerving or snaking. Question 49. You are driving about and see this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is D. No overtaking. A red circle indicates prohibition. This is a sign for no overtaking. Question 50. You are driving and see this sign. What does it tell you? Answer is D. Keep left. A blue circle usually indicates a positive instruction. The sign tells you to keep left. For more practice and updates, click on the video you're watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your theory test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.